Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in? Like you're walking a path that most people don't understand, yet it's undeniably yours? If so, you're not alone. The truth is, being chosen isn't a badge of honor to wear for the world's applause. It's a divine calling, a set-apart mission that comes with its unique challenges. As C.S. Lewis once wrote, God uses people who fail because there aren't any other kind. And for those of us who are chosen, the journey is never easy, but it's powerful. From the very first moment you walked this earth, there was something different about you. Maybe you felt it deep within your soul, the way you see the world, the way others sometimes react to your presence. Maybe you've been confused by the way people look at you, drawn to you, or even rejected by them. But I'm here to tell you that this isn't by accident. It's a reflection of something much greater. When you're chosen, people know. They might not always understand it or even like it, but they feel it. Your light exposes what they want to hide. Your strength challenges their weakness, and your peace unsettles their chaos. Whether it's an unsolicited compliment or an unexpected confrontation, there are signs all around you that confirm what you've suspected all along. You're set apart. God has marked you for something bigger than yourself, and this truth is powerful. But here's the reality. Walking this path means facing rejection, loneliness, and misunderstandings. Just like C.S. Lewis's own life of faith, you will be tested, but you will never be abandoned. You are not forgotten. Your path has been carved out by a creator who believes in your potential to change the world. In this video, we will explore the 7 proofs that people can see you are the chosen one. These are the signs, the clues, the sacred markers that others can't help but notice. You'll understand why some people are drawn to you while others distance themselves. You'll see how your presence, without saying a word, can stir up deep emotions, and how you, like C.S. Lewis, are a reflection of God's work here on earth. If you're tired of feeling misunderstood or isolated, this message is for you. If you know that deep down there is more to your life than what others can see, this message is for you. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out, to lead, and to inspire. So, I invite you to keep watching. As we uncover the 7 proofs that will affirm your calling and purpose, I want you to hold on to one truth. You are not alone. Your journey, your calling, and your light matter. Together, let's walk boldly in the truth of who you are. The world needs you, and today, you're one step closer to realizing just how powerful your light truly is. Keep going. Your journey is just beginning. If you feel the calling in your life and recognize that you have a special mission, don't forget to like and share this video to inspire others. Sign 1. Unexplained. Discomfort and rejection. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt the cold stares of others as if your very presence made them uncomfortable? Maybe you haven't said a word, but the energy in the space shifts and suddenly it feels like there's tension in the air. It's as though people around you are rejecting you for reasons you can't quite grasp. No argument, no misunderstanding, just an inexplicable sense of hostility or discomfort. This, my friend, is one of the signs that you're walking the path of the chosen one. In those moments when the rejection feels unjust or even irrational, remember this: you are carrying a light that disturbs the darkness around you. Just like Jesus, who was rejected and opposed because his very presence cast light on the darkness of those who didn't want to face the truth, you too may face opposition simply for being who you are. Actually, Jesus was a living reflection of God's truth, a truth that convicted those who refused to change, and so are you. Your presence, the way you live your life, challenges the comfort of others, whether they're conscious of it or not. It exposes what they're hiding from, the truths they don't want to confront about themselves. The Bible speaks of this in John 3:19. This is the verdict. Light has come into the world, but people loved darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. Just as Jesus faced rejection and misunderstanding for bringing light into the world, you too may feel alienated because your life radiates something powerful, something others either envy, fear, or simply don't understand. C.S. Lewis, in his exploration of faith and divine calling, often wrote about how those chosen by God are set apart, not because they are better, but because they bear a light that the world cannot easily ignore. In his book, Mere Christianity, Lewis states, "The Christian way is different, harder and easier. Christ says, 'Give me all. I don't want so much of your time and so much of your money and so much of your work. I want you.' The discomfort you feel from others is part of the journey. It's the cost of living authentically as a reflection of God's light in a world that often clings to shadows. Rejection is not a sign of your inadequacy, but of your faithfulness to God's calling. When you are rejected for no reason other than who you are, it is not a reflection of your failure, but a confirmation of your alignment with God's purpose. So when you experience that inexplicable discomfort or rejection from others, do not be disheartened. Remember that this is part of your journey. You are walking in the light of God, and as he promised in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." Your presence alone makes an impact, even if it's not immediately welcomed. You are not called to be liked by everyone. You are called to shine for those who are ready to see. Let this be a source of encouragement for you. If you are being rejected or misunderstood, take heart. You are simply walking the same path that Jesus walked, and just like him, your light will eventually lead others out of darkness. When you are rejected, remember, it is not about you, it's about the light you carry. If you find this message resonates with you, share this video with someone else who might be walking this difficult yet powerful journey. Let them know they are not alone in their struggle and rejection. Keep walking in the light because it's leading you to something far greater than the world can understand. Sign 2, prolonged stares. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt the weight of everyone's gaze on you? It's not just a casual glance, it's an intense, lingering stare that feels almost unavoidable. You can sense it even when you're not looking directly at them. And here's the thing, it's not about your appearance, it's something deeper. It's the energy you carry with you, the presence that speaks louder than words. It's as if the very essence of who you are attracts attention, and though people may not fully understand it, they cannot ignore it. C.S. Lewis, in his reflection on faith, once said, "God created us to be reflections of his greatness." When you walk with God's calling on your life, your very presence naturally draws the attention of others. This is not coincidental. The light within you is meant to shine, even if it makes people uncomfortable. Think of it this way. Your light is a reflection of God's glory, and just like the moon reflects the sun's rays, you reflect the greatness of your Creator. Your existence challenges those around you, and in some cases, even forces them to face things they may not be ready to confront. In Matthew 5:14, Jesus said, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." This isn't just a metaphor, it's a calling. When you walk in the light of God, people can't help but notice. Sometimes this might feel unsettling. Why does it seem like people are staring at you for no reason? The truth is they're seeing something that they can't explain. Maybe it's the peace you carry, the confidence rooted in God's love, or the authenticity that shines through every action and word. Your presence reveals to them what they might not want to face within themselves. And this isn't just your imagination. This is the reality of being chosen. You are meant to stand out. It's not about seeking attention for yourself, but allowing God's greatness to shine through you, even when others might not fully understand it. As C.S. Lewis also wrote in Mere Christianity, we are what we are because of him, and we are called to reflect his light. Your presence, when aligned with God's will, becomes a powerful testimony to others, even if they don't fully grasp it yet. When you feel those fixed stares, don't see them as mere curiosity or discomfort. See them for what they truly are, a reflection of the light you carry. Your presence challenges the darkness in others' lives, even when they don't know how to react. It is not your job to dim your light to make others feel comfortable. Rather, it is your calling to shine brightly and walk boldly in the truth of who you are in Christ. So, when you feel observed, remember that it's not random. It's a testament to the light you carry within you. You are a reflection of God's greatness, and that will not go unnoticed. If you've ever felt like all eyes were on you, share your experience in the comments. You're not alone in this journey, and together we can embrace the calling God has placed on our lives. Let's walk boldly in the light he has given us. Sign 3. People trying to imitate you. Have you ever noticed that people around you seem to adopt your style, your words, or even your actions? At first, it may appear subtle, but over time you begin to see that others are mimicking things about you. It could be the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, or the way you approach life. This imitation, though, isn't always negative. It's not about them trying to copy you. It's about them seeing something in you that they admire, something they wish they had for themselves. It's a sign that your unique way of living has inspired them. C.S. Lewis once wrote, God created us to reflect his image, but each of us reflects it uniquely. When you walk in God's purpose for your life, you naturally attract others who are looking for something more, something real, something authentic. The way you live, grounded in faith, carries a beauty and strength that others long for. They see your confidence, your peace, your ability to stand firm in your beliefs, and they want a piece of it. But here's the truth. They can never fully replicate what you have, because it's not about behavior or appearance. It's about your unique connection to God. In Genesis 1:27, the Bible tells us, so God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. You are created to reflect God's image in a way that no one else can. That's why when others try to imitate you, it's a reflection of your uniqueness and the strength you have in living authentically in Christ. Imitation isn't about copying you. It's about recognizing the truth and light in you that they wish to carry in their own lives. C.S. Lewis also reminds us in Mere Christianity, God calls each of us to be a unique reflection of his greatness. Our individual personalities, when aligned with his will, can be a beacon of light to the world. And so when others start to imitate you, it's a sign that you're doing something right. You are living in a way that reflects the purpose God has set out for you, and that, my friend, is inspiring others to seek what they see in you. When people try to imitate you, it's not a threat to your individuality. It's a testament to the impact you're making. Your life is a living witness to the power of God's calling on your life. It's a confirmation that you are walking in the right direction, fulfilling the purpose he has designed for you. The truth is, no one can steal your essence, because your connection to God and the journey you've walked are uniquely yours. They can mimic your actions, but they can never carry the light that you do, because that light comes from your personal walk with God. So when you see others imitating you, remember, it's a reflection of the inspiration you provide by living authentically in Christ. You are living the life God has designed for you, and that alone is enough to inspire change in others. If you've experienced others trying to imitate you, share your story in the comments. This could be the very sign you've been missing, and together we can encourage each other on this journey. Stay true to who God has called you to be. You are a unique reflection of His greatness, and that is something the world cannot ignore. Sign 4. Questions and misunderstandings about you. Have you ever been asked a question that felt more like an interrogation than genuine curiosity? Perhaps someone asked, "Why are you so different?" Or, "How can you be so sure of your path?" These questions may seem innocent, but in reality, they stem from the confusion others feel when they encounter someone who lives with purpose and confidence in their faith. It's not that they are trying to understand you, they're trying to explain your difference, something they can't fully grasp. As a chosen one, your life and your beliefs can be difficult for others to comprehend. People often ask questions because they feel unsettled by the light you carry. They can't explain your peace, your confidence, or the way you seem unwavering in your purpose. It's not that they don't want to understand, but they are simply not ready to accept what you've embraced. A life devoted to God's calling. A life that is set apart and purpose-driven. Just like the apostles who asked Jesus difficult questions because they couldn't fully understand His mission, those around you will sometimes ask you questions that reveal their confusion. In John 14:9, Jesus responds to Philip's question about revealing the Father. "Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father." But even His closest followers struggled to grasp the fullness of His purpose. Similarly, when others question you, remember it's not about you. It's about their inability to see the deeper truth that you are living. They are searching for answers that only God can provide, and in doing so, they seek to understand your unwavering faith and mission. C.S. Lewis, in his writing, emphasized that living authentically as a Christian often raises questions because it challenges the status quo. In Mere Christianity, Lewis writes, the Christian life is not a natural thing. It is supernatural. It is not based on our own strengths, but on the power of God working through us. The questions you face are often rooted in the mystery of how someone can live with such strength, conviction, and peace when the world around them is so uncertain. But instead of being frustrated by these questions or feeling misunderstood, embrace them as a sign that you are walking the path God has set before you. When others are curious about you, it's often because your life is a living testimony of God's transformative power. Your example calls them to look beyond the surface and seek something deeper. So when you face questions that make you uncomfortable, remember this. It's a reflection of your calling. You are living the truth that others are still trying to find. Your life is meant to stir curiosity, and though it may feel awkward or challenging, it's a sign that you're living authentically in God's light. If you've ever had people ask you uncomfortable questions or make you feel misunderstood, share your story in the comments. Let's support each other in embracing the beauty of our unique paths, even when others don't fully understand them. Your journey is part of a greater purpose, and every question is a step closer to revealing God's truth to the world around you. Sign 5. People become nervous around you. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a room, some people seem suddenly uncomfortable, fidgeting, or avoiding eye contact? It's as if they're uneasy in your presence, though you haven't done anything to make them feel that way. This feeling of nervousness from others might seem strange at first, but it's actually a reflection of the peace and confidence you carry within you. It's not about you doing anything wrong. It's about the way your very presence exposes their own insecurities or unsettled hearts. C.S. Lewis once said, God calls us to walk in the light, And when you walk in that light, there will be those who feel uncomfortable. Walking in the light of God's truth doesn't just transform your own life, it affects the people around you as well. Your confidence, your peace, and your unwavering faith can stir feelings of discomfort in those who are not yet at peace with themselves. The way you walk through the world with such surety and calmness can be unsettling for those who haven't found that same inner peace. They may feel exposed, challenged, or even judged, though you've said nothing. In Matthew 5:14, Jesus tells us, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." When you walk in the light of God's calling, it naturally makes people notice. For some, this is a welcome thing, as they are drawn to your peace. But for others, it's an uncomfortable experience, because your presence might shine a light on the places within them where they are still struggling or unsure. C.S. Lewis, in his exploration of Christian life, wrote that those who truly walk in the light often find themselves distanced from others, not because they are doing something wrong, but because they reflect something that others may not yet understand. We walk in the light not of our own making, but of God's grace, Lewis wrote. The nervousness others feel around you is a sign that you are living in that light, a light that is not meant to shame, but to lead others to find their own peace in God. So when people seem nervous around you, take it as a sign of the peace and confidence you carry. It's a reflection of the divine light within you that others are sensing, even if they don't fully understand it. Instead of shrinking back or trying to make them more comfortable, embrace this feeling as confirmation that you are walking in alignment with God's purpose for you. If you've noticed this nervousness from others, don't be discouraged. You are a beacon of peace and assurance, even when others may not be ready to receive it. Share this video with others who might need to hear this message so that they too can find the peace that comes from walking in God's light. Let your life continue to be a source of inspiration, showing others the way to true peace in Christ. Sign 6. People seek validation from you. Have you ever had someone approach you seeking advice, guidance, or simply reassurance about the choices they're making in their lives? Perhaps they don't even know why they turn to you, but you seem to be the person they trust when they need clarity. This is a powerful sign of the calling on your life. People are drawn to you not only because of your wisdom, but because of the inner peace and conviction you carry. You are a reflection of God's light, and that light guides those who are searching for answers. As someone who is chosen, you have a unique ability to provide comfort and guidance to those around you. Whether it's a casual conversation or a deep discussion, your words carry weight, and people find themselves looking to you for validation. They may not even fully realize it, but they are subconsciously seeking the peace and certainty that you have in your faith and purpose. C.S. Lewis once said, we are not called to lead others through pride, but through humility and love. The chosen ones don't seek attention or admiration. Instead, their humility shines, and it is this very humility that draws others to them. The light you carry doesn't come from a desire to be seen or heard, but from a deep well of love and wisdom that flows from your relationship with God. When others seek validation from you, it is a reflection of the strength and clarity that come from walking with Him. In James 1:5, the Bible tells us, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him." Your role as someone chosen by God is not to take the place of God's wisdom, but to reflect it. People turn to you because your life reflects the divine wisdom of God, and it's through you that they are reminded of God's guidance in their own lives. When you find others coming to you for advice or reassurance, don't see it as a burden. It is a confirmation that you are living in alignment with God's purpose. You are walking in the truth of who He has called you to be, and your life becomes a testimony that others can follow. When they seek your guidance, it is a sign that you are walking the right path, the one God has set out for you. So, when people come to you for confirmation or advice, know this: you are walking in God's will, and He is using you to guide others. If you are someone others often turn to for support, share your story in the comments below. Your experience may be the encouragement someone else needs as they walk their own path of faith. Keep shining, for your light is guiding others toward the truth of God's love and purpose. Sign 7. People waiting for your failure. Have you ever experienced the strange and painful sensation that some people seem to be waiting for you to fail? You work hard, you achieve something meaningful, and yet there are those who silently or even openly hope for your downfall. Perhaps they criticize your success, belittle your achievements, or even gossip about your progress, as if your success threatens something within them. These reactions are never easy to deal with, but they are a clear sign that you are walking the path God has laid out for you. When you succeed, some people may feel uneasy because your success shines a light on their own shortcomings. Instead of celebrating your victories, they try to find fault with them. C.S. Lewis once said, "The Christian way is different, harder and easier." Christ says, "Give me all. I don't want so much of your time and so much of your money and so much of your work. I want you." The success you experience is not just about what you have achieved in the world's eyes. It is a testament to your faithfulness to God's purpose. And for those who are still uncertain or insecure in their own journey, your success might feel like a challenge to their comfort zones. In Romans 8:31, the Bible reminds us, if God is for us, who can be against us? Your success, the good that comes from following God's will always be met with resistance from those who cannot understand or accept it. But this is not a reason to be discouraged. Instead, let it be a confirmation that you are on the right path. The world may criticize you, but God sees your heart, your faith, and your efforts to fulfill the mission He has given you. When people around you express discomfort or even resentment toward your success, don't be disheartened. This is not a reflection of your worth, but a sign that you are living in alignment with God's calling. It's easy to let the negativity of others dim your spirit, but don't allow their inability to celebrate your success to stop you. Keep moving forward, firm in your faith, knowing that your progress is part of God's plan for you. So when you encounter those who seem to be waiting for your failure, remember, your success is not a sign of your arrogance, but of your obedience to God's will. You are walking in the light He has given you, and your light will always challenge the darkness in others. If you face this type of negativity from others, share your experience in the comments below. Let's support each other as we continue to walk in God's truth and embrace the success He has ordained for us. And don't forget to like and share this video so others can be encouraged by the message of hope and resilience in Christ. As we've explored today, the signs that you are the chosen one are not coincidences. They are part of God's great plan for your life. Your journey, your challenges, and your victories are all divinely orchestrated to shape you into the person God has called you to be. Whether it's the rejection from others, the stares that make you feel different, the questions that leave you feeling misunderstood, or the pressure of others waiting for your failure, these are all signs that you are living in alignment with God's purpose. You are not chosen because of your own strength or perfection. You are chosen because God has placed a unique calling on your life. And just like the heroes of the Bible and the great thinkers like C.S. Lewis, your path will not always be easy. But every obstacle, every challenge is shaping you into a vessel that reflects God's greatness. It's all part of the divine preparation for the calling that is uniquely yours. Never forget that you were chosen to fulfill a grand purpose. Every trial you face, every moment of doubt and every rejection is an opportunity for growth and transformation. God is refining you, and with each step, He is equipping you to carry out His plan. Remember, your journey is not about fitting into the world, but about shining His light in the darkness. Your faith, your courage, and your obedience to His calling will inspire others and lead them to the truth of God's love. Have you ever felt like you are the chosen one? Share your story in the comments. If you found this message helpful, please like and share this video so others can be inspired too.